Good morning. Today I want to talk about all my friends and how was I growing up. We all started in Cerro Park, and from there we moved to the big line, Sereno. I remember I was on my first period. First period was my gym. We're all on the scrub line, and everybody had prepared me for the scrubs and how they treat scrubs and all that. But they didn't know that I was already a cabron, you know? So I remember El Pachuco, which is Mago's brother. I had bought some double extra large gym clothes, shorts. We had just, from the Daisy Duke shorts, we had moved up to the fucking NBA shorts with the long fucking shorts. And El Pachuco tagged them and did some graffiti and some artwork on them, and I was fucking hip, you know what I mean? And always a Stanford white shirt, you know what I mean, with a mustard shirt. It had to be Stanford. We're all on the line, you know, and that's when me, Boo Boo, Bams, Listo, Duke, Lizard, Caesar, Carlos, Sal, Hector, with Eddie, Jesus, Shy Boy, Raymond, Happy and Grumpy, Youngster. That's where we're all like lined up. Jesus, Eddie, and then Carlos Ortega, Jaime Vasquez, Anna, Roxanne, Sandra, Rachel, toda allí, Chelly, Anna, and Maria, Elizabeth, and that's where we're all like youngsters, you know. We had Ozar, we had Andy, Five-O. We're always we were deep, and scrubs. The way they treated scrubs back then, I don't know if they treat them now the way they are, but they used to pants you, they used to line you up in the line, and once they said, "Correle, carnal," because we're gonna pants you and fuck with you, and they used to come fuck with you in the locker rooms, and you're all fucking fast trying to fucking dial your combination for you to change. It was fucking hectic. It was hectic, you know. It's like I tell everybody, I was blessed. I was blessed by having a lot of friends, and I already had grown up, and I already knew what's up. You know, it wasn't like a new thing to me. I was already fighting. I was involved in all the situations that I was gonna be involved. So to me, a scrub, I wasn't a scrub. A scrub is like when you're scared, you don't know what's up, you don't know what's gonna happen. They're gonna tax you your lunch, and they're gonna punk you, and they're gonna abuse of you, and they're gonna scare the shit out of you, and you're a nerd or whatever, you know. So I had the nerd brothers. I had everybody. Yeah, I was a popular kid, you know. And that summer I met my homeboy Boo Boo, Mark Simpson, and it was a chubby kid. And from the projects, they used to have a bus. They used to drop them off in front of the school, and they were from the projects. And me, I was from El Sereno. I lived in El Sereno, and so I knew people from Rose Hill, from Happy Valley, Dogtown, Lincoln and fucking the projects. I was always hip. I was always hip. And ya llegado yo, like fully bloomed and everything. Then in the house, I always had my dad's workers and all the like Aldo, Gerardo, and then Lencho, Pancho, and Gera, everybody, you know, all the crowd. And I already had gone through Freddie, Oscar, Carlos, Bobby. You know what I mean? And I knew all the big homies, Silent, and all the big shot callers, you know, and Duke, Chino. I grew up, like I said, a popular kid. I always got involved in all the situations. I've always been with girls, and I've been a lover boy all my life, and those are always my jams that I always get with because of the girls. And I was there, and I remember when the girls started running, they started picking on fucking boo-boo. And like all the little youngsters, you know, they started picking on them. Who was picking on them? Like Duke, Listo, Lizard, all the big homies. All the big homies started picking, and from Sereno, Killer, we had Shy Boy, we had Boy, we had Joker, Raymond. Raymond, his dad had bombas, he was a gangster, you know. And we had people from Ethica, Lock, from everywhere, like all the veteranos, you know, that the older people than me, they were like 2 years older than me, and I was a scrub. And when it came to tell me to run, I fucking walked. I remember Jesus and Eddie and they fucking Jaime, they fucking ran, and I walked. And I remember Boo Boo was running and he fell, and I stopped and I rose him up and I told him, "Hey man, stick with me, carnal, and I'll got you back." And it's like he wasn't a gangster, he wasn't a fighter, nah, you know. He was a white boy, you know, white Mexican white boy, you know, a coconut. And I remember helped them up y todo, and Listo and all them. They already knew me, and they knew me because of JoJo, and because I grew up in the projects, you know. And they smacked us and they fucking fucked us up, you know. And they fucked up more Boo than me, because Boo kept putting his hands up and all, and he had to wise up and fucking become a man fast. And me, I was used to fighting and all, you know. To me, it was like nothing normal, you know. So we used to play flag football. And remember Listo, I think he flunked like a couple of years, man. Him and Chino and Duke. Yeah, they were fucking big. They were fucking old. They had barbas, and they were. I mean, they were older. I don't know if that's the way I see them, but we used to play flag football, and they put the scrubs on one side and the varsity team, we used to call them, you know, and they used to come and fuck us up. And I used to fucking get the ball and just run. And me and Bobo, we used to get the ball and run, you know, and we scored. And every time we scored, we got our ass beat up because couldn't win them supposedly. But we always won. I've always been a winner all my life. I don't know how to give up and how to let people win, you know. I'm gonna fucking try my hardest and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And so what? They smack us and todo. And remember Hector and Caesar and Sal and Happy, Grumpy, and and Youngster and little G and little Chia. Chia was the smallest. Chia's the one that comes out in America Me. Hey, homie, where you from and shit? He became, from being a real gangster, he became for God. He lives right there in El Sereno now. Right there off on Warwick. And it's been years without seeing him. And we used to play flag football, and we used to throw chingadazos, and everybody used to always fucking aim at me, you know? And Boo always like, he said, fuck it, you know, you fucking stop for me, and fuck it, let's do it together. And as they started fucking me up, they had to fuck him up. And it was fucking nice. It was nice having a friend. I didn't expect our friendship was gonna last this long. And me and Boo Boo, we used to go and fight in school, and usually it was because of his ass behind us, you know. And the reason is that because he was a white boy, you know, and he was mixing with all the Mexicans, you know. We didn't think he was Mexican because his grandma was white. Grandpa's white. My grandma is Mexican. And yeah, Mike Johnson, you know. I told him Johnson. That's like fuck. And all the white people used to fucking hate his ass because he didn't want to hang out with him, and because he was from the projects. And they always picked on him because he was chubby and fat. He used to always come and pick at his ass. But he was tall. He's always been tall. And reminds me of Ricky. Everybody that knows Ricky. My cousin Ricky. Look at tall motherfuckers, eh? And I used to just like, me and him used to like have all our classes together on our 7th grade. There's a PE, our homeroom, and everything, you know. And it's like, fuck. And he used to follow me, and I used to be always there for him. And homeboy used to always, he used to step up to the plate, you know. Everybody wanted to punk him. Everybody wanted to fuck with him, man. Everybody wanted to fuck with him. But I guess that's what made him tough and fucking crazy, you know. Like, not crazy, pero tough, you know. That tenía que defender all the time, you know, because people are always testing them. So, me and him, we used to get tested, and I remember we did 7th grade and I think 8th grade together, and he got busted because after the 7th grade in the summer, he got into the neighborhood and became Mr. Boo. And now he started hanging around on the 8th grade. He started hanging around with all the gangsters now. All my homies, all my friends, though, they all became from different neighborhoods. And I fought Diablo and Seco from Rose Hills, and Bird, which is Stephanie's dad. I fought him too. We started Pleito because he got Sandra pregnant, you know. And that's Rocio's hood, you know, originally. And her brother is Diablo. You know what I mean? So we used to go fight everywhere. We had the big rumble, like I mentioned it to all the people. So I was deep. I was deep, man. I had friends. I had girls. I was always a lover boy, you know. I always had girls that wanted to be around me, and I always had the crowd, you know. I've always been with the crowd, and I've always laughed and joked and. So I grew up. Everybody used to come up to me and tell me, "Hey, can your homeboy draw my shorts?" And I did it for a couple homeboys and homegirls, you know. And then they banned it, and we used to fucking have dickies. We used to be slick back hair, and I used to be Mr. Kitty Cute, you know what I mean? I used to be like a Levi Vato, and But I could wear my Connie Friscos, I could wear my Dickies, I belong, everybody from Reno always had Levi's. They're all like the rich kids, the rich boys. They had the Ramflas, and they had all the high end stuff, you know. Everybody works, has parents, and has a dad and a mom, and you know what I mean. And my dad and everybody always had businesses, so I was always cleaned up, and my tia Maria always made sure that I had brand new Vans, or you know what I mean, or some Nikes, or some Air Force, or I had Jordans. And Nikes was my spot. Nikes and Vans and a little bit of Reeboks, you know. But I used to fucking be all G'd up, all creased up, because I grew up with Bocho, Gando, Marcos, you know, Diostaquio, and they're all like always cleaned up, you know. Even though they didn't have like a big time house, but they were always like perfumaditos, always shaved, and always fucking looking good, you know. And Gando was el Pachuco, you know. Pachuco, me and him used to hang out a lot. And me and Bocho también, but me and Gando is, Bocho is the big brother, but he's a little scary cat, you know. He already had a family, toda la cosa. And Pachuco was a gangster, you know. He was always vanned out with Vans and Dickies and fucking always, you know. And I used to fucking look up to them, you know. And I was the one that taught them how to drive. I'm the one that taught them how to todo, you know. But they're the ones that had the estilo and everything, because they were older than me. And I used to fucking just go to fucking downtown and Guanajuato and buy myself my fucking ropa and get it cheaper than. Or if not, I used to go with Billy to Mervyn's, Sears, JCPenney's, and we used to change the tags, and I used to get clothes, you know. I used to get like up high end clothes, you know. And plus, I work with my tia Maria and all that, and I used to here and there get kicked down pants from Freddie and Oscar, you know, Freddie and Ricky, because I used to go to my tia Maria's house because I used to work for her, you know. And my tia Maria used to see me with old pants or rompido. Either if I was in the Swami and I went like that, we had the Mr. Jose. He used to sell pantalones, Levi's, and all that. And he used to fucking right away sell me clothes. And so I always had brand new clothes, spanking new clothes. And if not, Ricky and Freddie, Freddie used to work for Vikings. He was a trucker. And he's 5 years older than me, you know. So I used to go to his fucking closet and just get one or two pants, you know. Cada que íbamos to go visit, my dad and my tia Maria and everybody used to go visit in the night, play some cards and all that. And I used to just jump in and what's up, you know. And Yvette used to be a nurse, and her fucking drawer, I would have feria. I'm talking about money. Back then there was no ATMs and no nada, puro cash money, stacks and stacks of money, todo like disorganized, you know. So I used to go on her because me and Marita, we used to pay a lot, and take a $5 here, $5 there, $20 here, you know. I used to just get feria, you know, and just pocket it, you know. And it was fucking nice, you know. It was like I said, I had Billy that we used to go fucking rob and change stickers and todo over there at the JCPenney's, Mervyn's, right there in Main. Back then there was like, those were the high-end clothes, you know, Sears. We never went to Sears. There used to be a Sears on Fremont, but Billy didn't like Sears. Sears was like low-end clothes to her. And, but Mervyn's was my fucking Levi's store, you know. I used to walk in. We used to have Patrick. He was a baby in a stroller. And Billy would say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the Mervyn's. Oh, can I go? Yeah." fucking go and put under Patrick. I put fucking Levi there. So after going to school, I had the clothes, I had the shoes because of my tia Maria saw me. And if I made $50, I probably spent like $60 in clothes, That's how crazy I was, And I used to fucking. I always had ropa, My tío Ricardo, when I used to fucking obey him and respect him and todo, he always kicked me down también, So, I had my points to get clothes. Well, coming back to school, I used to be a good fighter, I was into Cesar Chavez, Mike Tyson, and Holyfield, and Riddick Bowe, and all them fuckers. And we always had pay-per-view with Widow, so I used to watch all the fights. I remember I used to watch the fights, go to my dad's house and tell him what was the fight, what was the outcome, and tell him how the fight was. Tell him. It was awesome. It was awesome growing up. Like I said, me and Boo Boo did the 7th grade. Then the 8th grade, everybody became a gangster. Everybody but me. But then I started using County Frisco's, Ben Davis, Dickies, and that's when we all started being gangsters, We started partying, But see, the difference between me and all them, I had money, and I had a Rafla, and everybody used to always tell me, "Fuck, why you hanging out with them because you got money, you got dough?" And I used to say, "Yeah, but they're my homies, they're my friends, I never thought of myself as a better person. I've always never showed off. I don't put people down. It's just I love talking to girls. I always no matter what, I've always been confident. And Boo, that motherfucker was a gangster. He was all G'd up. He was always buying his shoes. He had, if I got a car, he got a car. I got a better car, he got a better car, and we always competed against each other. We always hanged around, and we used to go party, and we used to do a lot of stuff together, and it was nice growing up. See, I had a awesome childhood, and I've always not to be showing off or whatever, but I've always been the top of my game, I've always been the popular kids. I've always been the kid that everybody wants to be around. Not a cagapalo, not a snapper, and people used to always tell me to help them, and I always had compassionate, and I always helped. At school, I used to hang out with the nerds, so I'm gifted, I'm smart, and a lot of people tell me all the shit you've done, and although this madre and everything, and you've never been to prison, I've broken noses, and I've fought a lot. I beat up a lot of people, and practically every friend of mine I fought. And the only vato that I respect and I admire, and he always looked out, and we always hanged out with me and Boo Boo. It was awesome right this year that we did my dad the 70th birthday. I got to see his daughter and my daughter. We introduced them to each other, and I hope that we have a lot of time to be around each other in the future, at least here and there, But we did a lot. We did a lot. After Boo Boo got into the neighborhood, he always told me, you don't need to get to the neighborhood. You know everybody. You can always hang out and always be one of us without being with us. He never wanted me to go to jail or fucking... That's why we're considered friends, not homeboys. And me and him, whatever the problems over there is over there, and our problem is our problem. And we've always been standout guys. We always look good and kindness, and we've always fucking been around each other. And it's awesome. It's awesome getting old and having all these memories and having something to talk about. A lot of people could ask me and tell me, but one thing they can't call me a fool. They can't call me a chavala. They can't call me that I'm not down. I've always down for myself. And all the stories, sí le pongo crema, you know. Don't take them all and think that they're all true, you know. We exaggerate a little bit. But that they're true, they're true. In one way or another. And I've always been a good guy, you know. And then we moved over here in the city of Bell. We got along with all the gangs. And we never had to get into the gangs or anything. Because we're always... we already had a name. We already had a neighborhood. We already had our familia. We used to walk up to people and, those vatos are from the projects. And as soon as they knew us, they accepted us. And we never got into, in our mind, we never tried to get to other neighborhoods. We hanged around with all the neighborhoods. Michigan, Florencia 13, what is it? Claro Street, Junior Mafia. We've hanged around with Loma Vista Place, Vatos. Hanged around with a lot of people. And I never threw out gang signs. I could walk up to any neighborhood. I could do whatever I want. I always had like a pass. Just because of my estilo. Just because I wasn't a cagapalo, you know? I was a snapper. Buddhas used to fucking harass me, eh? I used to go everywhere and get pulled over. And I get my cars fucking impounded and I used to get gang task force, gang unit. I remember one time they caught me and they asked me where was I from, you know. I told them I don't gangbang. But well, got any enemies? I ain't got no enemies. They go, well, I'll take you to this neighborhood. Take me. And he goes, if you run, we're gonna fuck you up. They took me and I fucking walked home. And the Jodas used to be like, who the fuck is this vato, you know? They used to take me with some vatos, and one time they took me, they tried scaring me, eh? They took me to the projects in B&E. Because I got pulled over by Olympic in Lorena. And I knew people from B&E, that's where Bobby and everybody from. I had no beef with nobody. Some cops got me and they threw me over here in Cal. No pedo. They took me Cal's enemies. No pedo. The Maywood locals. I lived in Maywood. I lived in Cal. lived in Bell Garden. I grew up with the Playboys, with the Claras. I grew up with everybody. And the cops used to get mad at me. They used to get frustrated at me. And they used to say, fuck, man. No one fucking has a problem with you. I said, the only one you got is you, homeboy. But I was always polite, and I was always respectful. And they used to get mad at me because they couldn't get me at nothing. The only thing they got me was on tickets. I'm going to give you a ticket for having a broken tail light. I was like, what tail light got broken? Boom, they'll break it. I was like, orale, that's fucked up. So now I had to go fix it. Well, I pulled you over because you didn't put your blinkers on. Well, I pulled you over for fucking cruising. They said I was driving the speed limit. Motherfucking car got cruising. So I pulled you over for suspicious. I used to work nights. I used to get pulled over, you know. I said, I'm fucking working, motherfuckers. I used to fucking go out at 2 o'clock and go get some lunch or something at fucking Yoshinoya or fucking In-N-Out or Jack in the Box, whatever was open. And get harassed, you know. And then I'll get off at 5 o'clock in the morning and get harassed. And I used to have my Honda Accord or the Cadillac, and I used to get harassed. I used to tell people, stop with this shit, man. It's gotta stop. And they wrongfully arrested me 3 times. One time I was at the projects, and like I said, I didn't run because I had a job, I had my shit. And they'll take us into the glass house and get released over there. And our cars, we used to get impounded and all that. Well, one time, the Jura Lopez came up to me and told me, hey, you know what? I don't like you. And I told him I was related to JoJo. He don't really like JoJo. Him and him don't like. And he wanted me, he thought I was like JoJo, you know? Dealing and all that. I said, fuck that. I vote. I put you in. I put your fucking. I put the mayor. I fucking vote you guys in. You know what I mean? I vote. I do everything legit. And I used to show my pay stubs, and he used to racketeer me, and he used to grab me and fucking spread me. Thought I wasn't trying to be a dickhead, and I used to be polite to him. And even though he treated me bad, I still be respectful. I'll be like, well, I know you're doing your job. You know, you keep doing your job, man. And he's like, you get mad? I said, nah, I get mad. You're not gonna call me a pig, or you're not gonna snap at me. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm sorry, man. You want me to buy you lunch or something? I'm fucking buy you lunch, man. And he's just like, stay away, you know. I go, no, but I got a reason to be here. And the cop used to tell me, well, what reason you got? The highness, man. I go, if I go somewhere else, they're gonna shoot me, kill me, or do something. Oh, well, be here, peaceful, party, y toda la cosa. And the reason I don't fucking drive drunk is I respect the law. You know what I mean? I was just waiting for you to get a Uber lift. They used to fucking get mad because everybody was running. I wouldn't. Fuck that. I don't have to run. So 2 times they arrested me. And as soon as I get to the glass house, they release me. One time they impounded my car, and one time they didn't. And because the first time he impounded it, and I went and I got it out, like literally under fucking 8 hours. They arrested me like around 1 o'clock. Man, the glass house got out like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I had no priors, no nada. And at 8 o'clock, on the dot, I was picking up my car from the impound. And fucking drove right past that fucking cop. Cop got pulled me over. I told you I'm legit. I got nothing to fucking hide. And we knew several mayors, congressmen, and senators, and I used to always tell him, man, I go, my grandpa does the boating and and he used to fucking get mad because he couldn't get me on nothing. How can he get me on something if I'm not doing nothing? I work. I boat, go the Hudas in. I even pay $50 a year to take care of them, I got my sticker and everything, man. So, I would just say like, fuck. I just say I was brought up, I was raised, and those are my people, How can you tell me not to hang out with them? And, Boo used to love the way I used to talk and conduct myself with the cops because I didn't snap. And he was used to all the homies snapping and doing pendejadas like the wrong way, I never, we had guns though, but I never used a gun. We used to always throw putazos, And people always admire people like me. And me and Boo, and we always been standout guys, I remember Danny. Danny's not a fighter. Danny's like a bully and a gangster, you call him. To me, a gangster is a people that can't fight their own fights. You're a man, you can handle it your own. You don't need no fucking help or nada. And Danny's always ran with the crowd and always been with the right people at the right time, But me, I walk in and I walk out by myself. Even though I'm with somebody, I don't ask them for help. And that's what girls and people like about me. That I don't stalk, I don't get mad. I just move on. And life's short, and it's up to you to live it. And if you ever have the opportunity to have a lot of friends and be a popular kid y toda la cosa, just remember, it runs in the family. We used to sell in the Swami, and I knew everybody. San Fernando and Orange. I knew everybody. I've always been like a popular person, Always been the person that everybody asks and looks up to, I never hanged around with little youngsters, I've always puro veteranos and up, pura gente mature and responsible. So, I guess that in life has helped me, I ain't got nothing to hide and not to be ashamed of or nothing, And if I do something wrong, respeto and I apologize. That's what me and Boo, all of us, how we grew up. Well, I hope you guys like the stories more or less, the way I think, the way I am, and hopefully you guys are popular kids también, You guys conduct yourself with dignity and respect and be admirable, and que gente, don't forget to say good mornings, afternoons, or what's up, it saves you a lot of headaches. And no matter what, your family's enemies are not your enemies, and your friends' enemies are not your enemies. They're the enemies, and just remember, you gotta walk by yourself in life. So if you have all these enemies, how can you? And they're always in a crowd, or they're always hating on you. That's why you go up to the people and you tell them straight out. You know what I mean? I don't believe in enemies. Well, thank you guys for hearing me, and hopefully you're liking the stories.